The other video, just ignore the other video. That was a mistake. It wasn't supposed to end. I don't know how I pressed anything there. And in that video, I was introducing myself to you, and I was also telling you who I work with. So the people I work with are people who because if you start with the other video, so that we can move on. People who know what they are doing, who know where they are going, and who know how to get there. I don't work with people who are waiting for me to tell them how to get there. Who are waiting for me to tell them what to do and how to do it. That's not, and waiting for me to help them know where they are going. No, I only work with people who know where they are going, know what they are doing, and know how to get there. And then we can work. I work with you, the thinking behind that. Okay, and those people are now in a place of frustration or stagnation, or they want to aim for something a lot higher, like in the millions, and they're like, we don't think we can do this, or I don't think this is the right time, and they're kind of dilly-dally. Now, I look at the thinking behind that, and I help you through a process that will transform your thoughts so that you now begin to have kick-ass thinking that will lead to kick-ass doing, that will lead to kick-ass goals, that will lead to kick-ass goal achievement, and you will get where you're going in a very short space of time. I don't waste time. I ensure that you are already performing within the first 5 days and you are getting results. Very simple. I ensure you are not the words, you are performing within the first 5 days. You are, not me. You are. And so we go into the roots, because dealing with the roots will help us determine the kind of fruits we get. There is no point complaining about what you allow. Okay? There is no point complaining about what you allow. Okay, so what are we going to do today? I have a signature talk. It's called Who Told You? Who told you you can't? Who told you you can't? Who told you that? Like, who are you listening to? If it's yourself that you are listening to, you need to stop it, because that's absolute nonsense. Who told you you can't? Who said so? If it's you that has been telling yourself that you can't, stop it. You are lying. And if it's somebody else you're listening to, stop it. Stop listening. What are you listening to them for? They're not building you up with courage, are they? They're building you down with fear and all the other things. And oh, I'm not sure, and maybe it won't work. You don't need that. Okay? So you need to stop it. All right. So what are we going to look at today? We are going to look at who you are. We're going to look at who you are. We're going to look at meditation, what that is, how it works, how it affects your brain. We're going to look at immediate change. We're going to be talking about immediacy, immediate change. Many people want it now. We're going to be looking at the art of thinking. We will look at strules. Is a new word, strules. We're going to look at where forgiveness comes into all this. It's such a powerful thing. And how to become kickassable. And then I will share with you the group coaching program I have coming up for only 10 people. I only have 9 spaces right now. One has been snatched up. I only have 9 spaces, and I'm not giving you a link. You're going to have to enter your name beneath in the thread of this video, because I want to be able to determine who I have and who I don't have. I don't want everybody paying up and signing up. Now, it's a Black Friday, Cyber Monday, whatever you want to call it, offer. So let's get into it. Right. First thing, number one, that we're going to learn today is, I'm going to ask you a question and I want you to write it down. Yeah? Take a pause and write it down. The answer to the question is what I'm saying you should write down. And that is the question. Oh, no, it's not good there. Can you see it here? Yep. How do you see yourself in the light of what you cannot do? How do you see yourself in the light of what you cannot do? Not in the light of what you can do, but in the light of what you cannot do. Not you will not do, or you have, whichever way you want to see it. You will not do, you cannot do, you have not done. How do you see yourself? In the light of what you cannot do, in the light of what you have not done, in the light of what you will not do, how do you see yourself? And I want you to take a few seconds and actually write that down, please. Now, one way of saying, how do you see yourself? Another way of saying, how do you see yourself is, what do you think of yourself? So whatever answer you've written down is what you think of yourself. Okay? Whatever answer you've written down is what you think of yourself. Whatever answer you've written down is what you think of yourself. Whatever answer you've written down is what you think of yourself. Not what somebody else thinks of you, but exactly what you think of yourself. Okay? So, whatever you think of yourself, could you write it in the comments below so that I can come back to read it? Because it would be good to see what you think of yourself. Yeah? Let me see what you think of yourself. All right, so now let's talk about self-discipline. Okay? Let's talk about self-discipline. I'm going to put that right there for you. Self-discipline. Let's talk about self-discipline. Now, who you are today is a result of self-discipline. You disciplining yourself. So, or it's a result of a lack of self-discipline. Lots of self-discipline or a lack of self-discipline. So, in the light of something you have not done, whoever, oh, thank you for joining me, I've got one person. Whoever you think you are, in the light of what you have not done, that is a resultant effect of whether you have disciplined yourself or not. So let me show you the previous question. Who is with me? That's the first bit that we are doing. How do you see yourself in the light of what you cannot do? Hey, Remy! Thanks for joining me. How do you see yourself in the light of what you cannot do, or what you will not do, or what you have not done? How do you see yourself? So I said, take some time to write it down, how you see yourself in the light of what you cannot do. Write it down for yourself and hopefully write it in the comments so I can see it later. Well, I'll see it now. If you write it, thank you for sharing my video. How do you see yourself in the light of what you cannot do? And whatever you write there is a result of lots of self-discipline or a lack of self-discipline. And another way of asking that question is, what do you think of yourself? So whatever answer you've put there is what you think of yourself. What you think of yourself. And what you think of yourself is who you are. It does not matter what else you say anywhere, what everybody thinks about you. What you think about you is who you are. How you see yourself, what you think of yourself is who you are. But I want you to look at it in the light of what you cannot do, what you have not done, what you will not do, what you've refused to do, what you're too lazy to do, what you've chosen not to do. Hey, I want you to see it that way. Okay, so we're going to be looking at about 8 things. So number 2 is self-discipline. You cannot play with self-discipline. I have a group called the 10-day self-discipline training where on Facebook, and it's free to join, where I broke down, I created an acronym out of the word discipline, and it's 10 letters. That's why it's a 10-day self-discipline training. And there's a video for each day and each letter. And each letter in the word discipline stands for a word. So the first word, D, is disciple. To be disciplined is to be a disciple. That means you need to have a mentor, a coach, somebody that disciples you. Because the word disciple comes from the word discipline. They are connected. Yes, somebody else has joined me. They are connected. Self-discipline is just that. It's you disciplining yourself. So whether there's a lack of it or there's a lot of it is up to you. I never say down to you because that's derogatory. It's up to you. Who you are is determined by who you think you are, but based on what you have not done. Okay? Now we're going to look at something that I really love. Number 2, it is the word meditation. Meditation. Meditation is so powerful in you becoming successful. Meditation. It is so powerful. It is related very strongly to your success. You cannot mess about with it. You cannot play with it. You cannot do as if it doesn't exist. I mean, you can, but it's not going to make any difference. So let me tell you a few things about meditation. Actually, what happens to your brain when you meditate? Because you see, what I do is teach people how to think. I don't teach people how not to think. I teach people how to think. So let me tell you a few things that happens to your brain when you meditate. And the changes that happen to you when you meditate. Now, thinking occurs in the brain. So it is critical. Meditation is therefore necessary. Now, what happens when you meditate? Now, I'm looking for my famous notes here. They were right in front of me. Yeah, they were right here. Okay, it was the first page. Okay, so what happens to your brain when you meditate? It has been proven scientifically that when you meditate, your blood pressure drops. Your blood pressure drops. Number 2, it gives you a healthier heart. I hope you're taking notes. It gives you a healthier heart. We're talking about becoming a kick-ass goal setter and therefore goal achiever. Yeah? Adela Ojumo Amuni has just liked my page. I guess she's going to join us. Or maybe she's already joined us. Your heart, you have a healthier heart. Number 3, it slows down aging. Meditation slows down aging. And everything has a reason. I'm sure if you just think about it, you will see what I mean. You can think it through. Number 4, its pain relieving properties are almost twice as effective. Its pain relieving property is almost twice as effective as morphine. That's how powerful meditation is. Almost twice as effective as morphine, meditation. It causes pain relieving properties to sink into your body. Number 5, it reshapes your brain. Now, your brain is neuroplastic, yeah? And that means it changes shape. With every thought, it changes. Like plasticine, it changes. You can't see my hand. Yeah? With every thought, it changes, like it's moving. Your brain is moving, it's changing. It is said that, scientifically, that the brain is the only organ in the body that does not age. No matter how much you use it. And the more you use it, the healthier your brain. Now, I was listening to Vishen, is that his name? Vishen Lakiani. And he said that there are many areas that human beings are developed in science, in all kinds of things, but in our bodies, in different things, we've made that. But mentally, that's where we are least developed. Mentally, that's where we are least developed. Because we still have people who say they've lost their minds, people who are going funky, people who are doing weird things as a result of the way they think. And the reason we are mentally underdeveloped is because we don't like to think. We don't like to think. We don't like to take something in our hand. This is an issue, and think our way through it. Hey, Karimot, thanks for joining. We don't like to think. We don't want to think. We just want, you just have a problem and we want to go wailing and tell everybody and say, oh goodness, look at what has happened. We don't sit down and think our way through to a solution. You must engage in solution thinking. Many people don't take action because they don't engage in action thinking. Many of us, majority, 98.999, 99.9% of us engage in problem thinking. And as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Oh, thank you for sharing my video. And as a man, Karimot, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. This is going to be very, 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 very powerful. For as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. We engage in problem thinking. We don't engage in results thinking. We don't engage in solution thinking. We don't engage in action thinking. We're just engaged in the economy is not good. Do you not know that many people say, when I speak with them, they say, okay, so what are you going to change now? Yes, you did. Yeah. You made it. Thank you for being here. What are you going to do now? They go, oh, I'm going to stop talking like that. They tell me what they're going to stop. They're doing something wrong, so they want to stop it. So I said to them, so how are you going to make the changes? Well, I will just stop doing it. For example, I will stop going to that person's house. I will stop. It's all about stopping what they are doing. Now, do you know what's happening there? When you want to stop what you are doing, that means you are thinking on stopping it. You want to stop doing something wrong, but you are thinking on what you are doing that's wrong in order to stop it. So you become more of what you think. You are what you think. So that's not how to do it. So, like I said, I don't teach people how not to think. I teach people how to think. So we are not going to focus, because your focus is your thought. So we're not going to focus on what you need to stop. We are going to focus on what you need to start. Not what you need to stop. We're going to focus on starting something new. And let me tell you something else about meditation, because that's what we are looking at now. Let me tell you something else about meditation. Every thought becomes a meditation. Every single thought you have, for it to have become a habit, is something you've meditated on over the years. And so what we are saying to you now is, now begin to think on something else, and invariably, if you will stay with it, you will become that something else. And the other one will go. So what happens is your brain, like I said, is neuroplastic. So it keeps changing with every thought. But you've programmed your brain with the stinking thinking of so many years by virtue of doing it over and over and over. That's how a habit is created. Create a new habit by doing something new over and over and over and over again. I'm teaching you how to create kick-ass goals that you will achieve with kick-ass results. Look, you won't be looking for money. I promise you. People will be looking for you to give you money. I promise you. Let me tell you, I'm the only one who can guarantee that if you work with me, you will get the results you're looking for. If you work, I'm the only one who can make that guarantee, and I'll explain what I mean by that, because how can she guarantee that I'll be successful? Let me tell you how I can. How come I can guarantee it? Because guess what? The work is for you to do, not for me. I will guide you, but you need to do the work. As long as you do what I say, I guarantee you that you will be successful. Because that's how the brain, we were created. We were actually created to be successful, not to be failures. It's an aberration. It is wrong if you are failing. That's not how we are created. You see, we're created for love. We're created for beauty, for success, for being high. We're not created to be, you know how I know? As a matter of fact, that has been scientifically proven by Dr. Caroline Leaf, a neuroscientist who is one of my gurus, and the people I learn from. Just look at your face when you are not achieving. Just look at your face in the mirror. Or consider the feeling that goes through you when you have not achieved. Or when you want something and it has not come to pass. Or you've worked for something and it's still not working. Tell me, is it good? Does it feel nice? Tell me what it feels like when you've set a massive goal and you've achieved it. Even you're on your way to it. Just actually working on the goal. You are excited. You are excited, like, wow! You have not even gone halfway. That's how. And that engenders more good hormones on the inside of you. There will be speed in your feet. In fact, you'll be busy. Let me carry on with meditation. I've mentioned what happens to your brain when you meditate. Your body, your blood pressure drops. It gives you a healthier heart. It slows down aging. Its pain relieving properties are almost twice as effective as morphines. Number 5, it reshapes your brain. I've told you your brain is neuroplastic. It reshapes your brain. Now, thank you for joining me. Who has joined me now? Now, just changing the shape of your brain. Every time you think any thought, it does not matter what the thought is. A thought is a seed. When you put a seed in the soil, it will grow. Whether it's bean seed or grass, it will grow. That is why it is critical you know how to think. You know what thought seeds you allow on the ground of your mind. Whatever it is will grow. Oh. It will grow. I'm thinking about this group coaching program. I said in the previous video, because you will notice there is another video on this page. I had started at 9 and mistakenly pressed finish while I was in between introducing the group coaching program, but I'll tell you a bit more about it. Number 6, it slows down the aging of the brain. It's been proven that the brain is the only organ in the body that does not age with use. Other parts of your body will age, but your brain with use does not age. That's why it's critical you engage in solution thinking, action thinking, results thinking, not problem thinking. Oh, what are we going to do? And then what kind of nonsense question is that? What you want to do is to look at the issue and say, there is a solution. And I will find it. Today, not tomorrow, not next week, now. That's another thing we'll be doing in the group coaching program. We're not hanging about waiting for how you feel and when we'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow does not exist with me. Which one's tomorrow? Today, now, this is all we've got. Now, we don't have tomorrow. Who told you have tomorrow? And number 7, it leads to better decision making. Leads to having better attention and better memory and makes you less reactive. What did it do to me? I'm going to do it back. Oh, there's a flood. You are less reactive. Hey, Olamide, hi, thank you for joining me. You are less reactive. Olamide, please share this video. You are less reactive. What am I going to do? I'm going to hit it. You don't open your mouth and talk like that because you engage in meditation. Now, meditation is not all this. I used to think it was all this. Woo. You have to, God created meditation, It is human beings that are just finding out what God has created. Meditation, a synonym of the word meditation is, in fact, a synonym of the word think is meditation. When you look up the meaning of meditation, it means deep thinking. Thank you, Olamide, for sharing it. It means deep thinking. So you're going to go into deep thinking to get your solution result. Hey, one more person has joined me. Thank you. To get the result you want. Thank you for the heart, Olamide. To get the result you want, you need to enter into deep thinking called meditation. There are all kinds of ways of meditating, but I meditate on specific things in the scriptures, and that's what I teach. Okay. On various areas of your life. Various areas of your life. We meditate on it. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, so that's meditation. Now, let's look at your life will totally change. Now let's look at, oh, one more person has, oh, 5 people. Hey. Let's look at the next thing that we're going to talk about. Sorry. And that is immediate change. Let me turn this camera around so you can see. I've written little white sheets so that you can actually see what I'm talking. Immediate change. Now, tell me, please write. Oh, I've almost pressed finish there. Can you write a comment for me and tell me, do you crave immediate change? When you start something new, do you crave immediate change? Do you want immediate change? Let me know whether it's a yes or no for you. It's always a yes for me. Do you want immediate change? Type yes or no for me, please. Let me know. Yes or no? Let me tell you one more thing about meditation I found out today. It has been proven by, yes, I want immediate change too. Yes, Olamide, thank you. Neuroscientist Richard Davidson of the University of Wisconsin has proven that meditation automatically helps you to be able, you are automatically able to control your thoughts and reactiveness. Meditation helps you to automatically control your thoughts and reactiveness. Meditation is powerful. The more I think about it, the more I do it. I'm telling you, when I meditated today and then spent time in the place of prayer and I got up, I felt like I was walking on air. There's something about meditation that God has made that is just amazing. It's a yes. Karimo, thank you, Olamide. Yes. We all want immediate change. We all want immediate change. But let me tell you what has happened to your brain when you've been thinking all your life. What has happened is you've been meditating and you've been putting stuff on the inside of your brain. You've been creating the changes that happen in your brain with every thought. You've been creating those changes with every single thought you have had from when you were born till now. That's why they say, teach a child quickly, because by the age of 5, they have decided who they want to be, who they are going to be. So it's important you feed them with the right thought food, right thought seeds, so that they grow right. They make the correct and the right decisions. Do you know a decision is a thought? A choice is a thought. Now, Olamide has written here mindfulness. I've heard about that, but I am not a mindset coach. I'm a thought transformation coach. My understanding about the mind is that thoughts make the mind. The mind doesn't just happen by itself. So I think we're focused on the mind is a space inside of us, in our souls. We are focused on that, and we are talking about it, but we're not talking about what makes the mind what it is. And so I remember having problems making changes in my life because I will work so hard and I still will not get the result. I will work harder than others. You will watch me and others. You will come and tell me, Kemi, wow. You will come and tell me, Kemi, oh my goodness, you are doing an amazing job. But still, I won't get the results. You will be just as perplexed as me. That why? You know why? Because while I am doing the work, I am thinking it will not work. For as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So it is said there are some things that you can do. If you put your hand out right now, if you just stretch your hand out in front of you, okay, let me ground it. Just stretch your arm out in front of you. Yeah. And use the other hand to press it down. But, just try and press it down. Leave it there and like it's stuck there. Try and press it down. Try and press it down. Your arm should not go down. Did it go down? Your arm should not go down. Did your arm go down when you are trying to press it? Like, did it go down? Okay, you can relate. Thank you. Thank you. Honestly, I was so perplexed that why won't I get the results? And I will work harder and I will do more. I was still getting the same, no results. Now, with your arms still stretched out, imagine you are carrying something very heavy, and now press your arm down. press your arm down. I want you to imagine you are carrying something very heavy and somebody is pressing your arm down, or you try and press your arm down. But I want you to keep that imagination. Imagine is a synonym of the word think. So you are keeping a picture in your mind, yeah, with your thoughts. Imagine you're carrying a heavy truck or a very heavy sack of rice. And now press your arm down. In fact, how does your arm feel? Doesn't it feel painful? How did that feel? How did that exercise feel? Did your arm feel painful? Did you feel like, whoa, this is heavy? No, if it didn't happen for you like that, you don't have to say yes. But let me know, were you able to press your arm down easily the first time or the second time? I know there is a time delay, so I'll just wait. Were you able to press your arm down? It feels heavy. It's your thinking. Hey, look, every time I do this, it just amazes me like, what? That is how, yet you are not carrying anything. You are not holding anything physically in your hand, yet it felt heavy. That's how powerful your thoughts are. It was going down, so was mine. In fact, mine started to ache. By virtue of the thought, I'm carrying a heavy sack of rice or beans. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Yes, you can, because all you did was imagine. Could not do the exercise, need my hand to hold the phone. Okay. I am leaning my phone against my laptop, so maybe you can try it later. And please come back here and tell me how it felt. Just in your imagination. That's how powerful a thought is. So, immediate change, you know why it's not possible? It is possible depending on how much time you spend thinking and meditating and therefore acting on the new thing you want, not trying to stop the old thing you've been doing. Or I'm going to stop doing this. You are not. You are focused on what you want to stop by saying I want to stop doing. It's not to stop. It is to create new neural pathways in your brain. Neural pathways meaning new thoughts. So you create a pathway in your brain. That's how powerful your brain is. So the reason that you cannot have immediate change is because you've had many years of creating who you are today. Many years. It's not just going to disappear like that. Many years. So when you start creating a new neural pathway, a new thought, a new memory, a new course of action, a new habit, it will take a bit of time. I used to hate people telling me that. I want to do it now. I'm a now person. If you say, oh, your guys said go, I have gone before you finish saying go. Oh, thank you for joining me. Say hi, please. I have gone before you say go. I am like this. Till I realized I have built something in my brain that is not a habit. Now I need to build a new habit. Not by stopping this, but by starting a new one. And we talked about self-discipline earlier. It was our number 2. Now we're on number 4. It was our number 2. Self-discipline will cause you to get the change that you want as quickly as possible. So in my new 5-day KAG program, do you know what KAG means? Group coaching program. It's called Kickass Goals Group Coaching Program. It's a 5-day group coaching program. It's not for wimps. KAG, Kickass Goals 5-day group coaching program. And I'll tell you about it later. I only have 9 spaces left there. I'm only taking 10, and I'm not working with just anybody, but I'll tell you about that later. Because I want people with kickass ability. You are kickassable, and I will tell you about that. That's part of what we'll be talking about. And when I was listening to something by Alex Mandoshi on a webinar, he said they checked out just about 2 weeks ago. They checked out the rituals of billionaires. There are 2 I currently use. No, 3 I currently use. Meditation. I'm looking for the other one. Writing the 5 main things that you are going to do for the day. And guess what billionaires use? A stop clock. They use a stop clock. I went to buy mine on Saturday. And when he said, oh, your productivity level goes through the roof, I said, how does that work? You set your time for 25 minutes. You will produce what could have taken you 1.5 hours. Because this thing is going cut. TikTok. The amount, my productivity yesterday morning between 5:30 a.m. and 9 a.m., I almost fell down. I said, what? What? Because of this little thing. It is one of their rituals. It has to become a ritual. Because as you've been growing up year after year, you created habits by going through your own rituals. Every thought has become a meditation. And that is what creates your habits. So you want new habits, you create new thoughts. Based on what you want, where you want to end up. You don't sit down and say, oh, it won't work. In fact, if you get my group coaching program, you can't be thinking like that. It's not allowed. You won't be on it anyway. Another thing is they write 5 goals on an index card. They write 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know this is backwards for you. And the date on the back. I went to buy this. This was £1.75. This was £1.75. I went to look for index cards. I did not know anything like this existed. What you don't look for, you don't find. Write it down. What you don't look for, you don't find. Index cards with a little thing is written there. And if they don't finish their goals in one day, they move it to the next day. They don't write more than 5. And before I will write 10, I will write 12, 15, 5. Do you know I don't get through my 5 in a day so far? I think the most I've crossed out is 3. You carry it on to the next day. And you make it up to 5. Rituals of billionaires. Hey! Why don't we copy these things? Why are they billionaires? You know, another ritual is meditation. And I will tell you something else they found out about billionaires that just did something to me, but I'll tell you about it. So that is why you don't have immediate change, because you have to create new neural pathways. You have to create new habits, and that takes time. The way you didn't just become who you are just like that. Okay, so let me share with you the next step. What you don't look for, you don't find. True. And if you don't know you need to look for it, you will never look for it. Therefore, you will never. This is the next thing. Let me tell you about the art of how to think. See? Can you see it? The art of how to think helps you train your brain. You see, I'm the only one who does what I do on the face of the earth, or in the universe. I don't know, and I'm not saying it to boast. I went to look. Who does what I do? Nobody. They do mindfulness, they do mind, they do mind, they do mind. They say, oh, you've got to think, but nobody, everything I do, I have created. I created the art of how to think. And let me tell you, I did not create it without inspiration from God, because many days I sit down, I look at my notes, I say, where did you get this from? It can only be God, because He sent me. And this came as a result of my own marriage, separation, and ultimate divorce. Because people, I was going to kill him. I took a knife. I said, I will kill you today. They will take our children into care. And me, I will go to Holloway Women's Prison. But you will be dead. Is that normal thinking? Is that normalcy? Then I was suicidal. I was going to jump. It was the grace of God that saved me. That's why we were still married. When we separated, I said, oh God, why did my marriage break? After 16.5 years, I stayed there. I was working at it. Why did it break? He said very gently, it's because of the way you think. I said, what does that mean? As if I've not been reading the Bible. As if I've not been going to church, I've not been a Christian. In fact, like I told you, people will see me doing twice as much. They thought my church employed me at a time, because I'll be there from morning to night. I was leading the hospitality team, cleaning the kitchen, cooking for this, making this ready, arriving at every time of the day, staying there. The art of how to think helps you train your brain. One of the first things I hear about the art of how to think is this. When there is a problem, you stay there till you get a solution. The reason we are not mentally developed, but we are developed in so many other areas as humans, is because we don't train ourselves in solution thinking, action thinking, results thinking, but we are highly trained in problem thinking. I remember when I was leading hospitality, I had one particular lady as part of my team, and she always came to tell me what the problem was. Oh, this is not happening. We're not going to have this. I said, I don't want to hear that anymore. Come to me with a solution. I don't want to know what the problem is. Come to me with a solution. When you have the solution, talk to me. Do you know what that causes you to do? It causes you to sit down. It causes you to sit down, to go quiet. It changes you. Your thinking switches. You know that if there is darkness, there is light. That's the solution. You know if something goes up, it can come down. That's the solution. You know if something is going wrong, it can go right. So you already know there is a way. But do we do that? No. We knock on somebody's door, tell me the way. We want other people to think for us, read the book for us, put it in our brain. Do it. Then come on. Then tell us, do this, do that. Then we do it without thinking. You cannot develop that way. We don't send our kids to school and then give them the answers. How do we want to become like that when we become adults? You are training your brain. You are training your brain. I remember my dad used to say, go and use the dictionary. We asked him, Daddy, what's the meaning of this? Go use the dictionary. Daddy, what's the meaning of this? Go use the dictionary. Let me show you the dictionary he gave me before he died. Years before he died. Old dictionaries, Webster's New World Dictionary, the American language. Webster's New World Dictionary. I know you're seeing it backwards, but my dad, can you see how old it is? I remember he was a librarian, so he redid the cover and made it a harder cover. And you see it is used up. But two books I keep telling people to read is the dictionary and the Bible. Non-negotiable. Those two books, especially the Bible, wisdom is off the charts, off the charts, off the charts, off the charts. Yeah? So stay with the art. There's an art of how to think. I don't teach people how not to think. I teach you how to think. And in 2017, I am starting the I Know How to Think campaign. I Know How to Think campaign. Okay, so let's carry on. There's an art to how to think. Let me make sure I've said everything I want to say there. The art of how to think trains your brain. You now begin to do stuff you've never done before. When somebody shows up with a problem, you say, we'll fix it. You don't know how, but because you've been practicing thinking, you just come with a solution. I can't ever tell you how that happens. You know when people say, oh, when you do this, the universe just opens doors for you. It's not the universe, it's the grace of God. You see, your answer is waiting for you. Your answer is waiting for you to come and get it. The answer you are looking for is looking for you, but you are not where it has gone to search. You are busy crying about the problem. You are busy thinking about the problem. You are busy going backwards and say, oh, this happened to me when I don't have self-esteem. When my daddy did this. When my mommy did this. In my office. Oh. Excuse me. Okay, I know you are there. Thank you, Remy. So, you've got to know how to think. The next thing is, I've created something I call strules. I got it from what Vishen shared. He's the owner of Mind Valley. And he called it Bruce. And that's, Bruce for him is B-R-U-L-E-S. This is mine. I call mine strules. His Bruce comes from bullshit rules. Mine is thinking rules. Strules. Some of us have thinking rules. Strules, well, I never go there. Well, the last time I went there, what my brother said to me just upset me. So I promised myself I will never go there. That's where your millions are. And you've promised yourself you will never go there. Do you see how we make strules? Thinking rules. Based on stinking thoughts. And the last time I went there, when I wanted to go, there was a dog on the way. And I will never go that way again. No. I will never. Strules. The dog is on 4 legs. You are supposed to dominate the fish in the sea and the animals on the land. And you are busy running from them. Then you make a silent strule. And you say, I will never go there. I'll never do that again. Don't go. And then you start sharing that with your friends. Strules. Stinking thinking rules. Stop it. Snap out of it. You don't have all day, like Remi Awadokun wrote a post on Smart Becam. You don't have all day. You don't have tomorrow. Or you don't have 1,000 years. What you have to do, what you are born to do, has a period of time. Do you know there is a time limit on your life? There is a time limit on your life. You need to see my face. There is a time limit on each of our lives. Time limit. What you are given to do is limited within a space of time. Space of time. I will do it tomorrow. What's that? What is that? Get onto my group coaching program and get onto the challenge. The No Nets challenge. You will see your productivity. Eh? Come on, let's do this. Okay. So, that's strolls for you. Strolls. Get rid of your strolls. Now, let me tell you about the next thing that we are going to talk about. And that is, I will show you. I'll turn the camera around. I need to get, actually, I have a stand. I forgot it. That I had a stand. Forgiveness. When it comes to being successful in life, forgiveness is critical. Forgiveness. Guess what has been found out? Now look at my face. You know, there's this thing called Zen. It all has to do with thinking, how you use your brain and all that. They found out that they will connect your brain to some gadgets, and they said they found out some rituals of billionaires. Another ritual. Billionaires forgive. Let me tell you something about forgiveness. It has probably never occurred to you. Do you know forgiveness has to do with what has happened in your past? Where are your eyes in front? Are your eyes behind? How do you walk ahead? Don't you need to see where you are going? Are your eyes behind? No. But you are inside of you. You have held what that brother said, what that sister said, what your mother did, what your father did, how they behaved, how they walked around, what they said to you. That's what you've done. You've held it tight. And it has occupied space in your brain. Because it's there. Whether you think about it every day or not, it's there. It's occupied. You have not let it go. You have not forgiven. And so that's occupying space, precious space, where you should be thinking about other things that will take you forward quicker. They found out that one of the characteristics of billionaires is that they forgive. Why? Because it's in your past. Run the race that is set before you, not behind you, and setting aside every weight that so easily beset you. Unforgiveness is a weight. The issue is not that what they did was wrong or right. The issue is how you respond to it. How you respond is a function of your thoughts. Are you going to, they did this. You don't know how it feels. Things have happened to me, please. So I was on my own forgiveness journey today. While I was praying, while I was meditating. And I said, who have I helped? And I recalled. I'd even opened my mouth to say there was one particular man who had exposed me in church. And I told him something in confidence for counsel. He exposed me to the person I was talking about, who happened to be in authority over me. When that guy got me and mashed me up, I walked into my house bawling like a baby. I did not know where to turn. I did not know where to turn. Kemi is the champ. I did not know what to say. I did not believe the way this man laid into me, yet he was lying. 3 different women had come to tell, no, 2 had come to tell me that he was after them and he was going to marry them. Yet 2 of them were friends, and the 2 of them did not know that this man was doing that too. So I told this guy, who happened to be his close friend, but he was also my close friend. I said, look, I'm telling you this in confidence. We need to report this. He exposed me to this man. This man mashed me up. It hurt me, eh? So I said, one day, I've said this so many times, when me and this guy that I confided in talk, I'm going to ask him, why did he do that to me? It's unforgiveness. What do I need to, what kind of conversation is that? It is past. Now, when I know why he did it, is it going to change what is past? We occupy. Forgiveness is one of the characteristics of billionaires. So if you are not wealthy, check. Who have you not forgiven? That part of what we're going to do in our group coaching program. Because we need to clean up some things. I'm not going to be working and hitting my head against the wall and say, why aren't we going? Why aren't we going? No. We're going to go into the roots so that we can determine the kind of fruits we want. You can determine it from the get-go, the kind of fruits that you want. So forgiveness is critical. Now, the last bit is, let me show you. Where's my paper? Yep. You need to become kickassable. You need to have kickass ability. Become kickassable. Whatever is in the way, kick it. A real butt, something that looks like a butt, it is in your way. You are not going to look at it when the two O's arise in front of you. The obstacle and the opportunity. I need to put offering in your basket. I beg, bring them. The obstacle and the opportunity. You need to decide which O you are going to go after. A kickassable human being will go after the opportunity. And when people are telling you, no, don't go there, oh, it's risky, come on, come on. That's when you say that's where we are going. How are we going to make it? We don't have enough money. Hello? That is where we are going. If you want to go with me, stay. If you don't want to go with me, where I am going, please go. Do you know when I did the summit? And if you didn't register for it, sorry, because we've shut it down now, but you can still purchase it. It's only £50 for 58 recordings. Do you know what every single person said when I interviewed them? They said, what did you need to do to get to where you are today? In business, in life, do you know what they all said? I had to stop working with certain people. They all changed their companionships, their acquaintances, their friends, some of them family. They didn't change family, they just didn't spend a lot of time talking with them about where they were going. You've got to have kickass ability. And you know what? You have it. You have it. You have it. You have it. Ability. You have it. You are the one who has put it somewhere. You've put it behind somewhere. You said, when I'm ready. What does that mean? You think you own time? God made you within a space of time. Everybody has a time limit. You don't just put time limit on things. You have a time limit, an age limit. There's a time when you will be no more. That means you cannot do it anymore. What are you talking about? Hey. So these are the things we'll be looking at the Kickass Goals 5-day group coaching program. Now it is going for £297. But in the light of all this Cyber Monday, what do you call it, Black Friday, is going at £97. Listen, I am not giving you a link. I am not giving you anything. If you want to join it, let me know in the comments here and I'll get back to you. I only want 10 people. There are only 9 spaces left. You can see what I've shared with you is not for wimps. It's not for people who are not ready to grow. People who are not ready to grow and go. It's not for people who are going to be giving, I don't have time. Because if that's the behavior, you can be going. Don't bother writing anything here. Just say, oh, wow, praise God, it's good, hallelujah. You go and do it, Kemi. Trust me, I plan to do it. It's on the cards. I've got one person signed up already. There are only nine more places. If you're interested, no sales page, I will give you the link for payment. Then I'll get back to you and we'll start. Because there is some pre-work before the work. Because I need to get you ready. Get you ready before the 5 days. So the first 2 days, we are going to clean out. Clean out. You don't know the things that are in your way. Clean out. We are going to get clear in the first 2 days. I'm going to introduce you to yourself, or you are going to introduce yourself to yourself again. Then we're also going to meditate in the first 2 days. This is critical. And also in the first 2 days, immediately, one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to write me your 2017 goals. Goal or goals, whatever it is. You're going to write it immediately. Because you must have been thinking about it. What it looks like, how it looks like is irrelevant. Then after we've cleaned ourselves up the first 2 days, but before the first 2 days, you're going to have some things I've got ready already for you to do before we start the 5-day training program. So it could go into, I think, approximately, because you have a bonus day, 6 to 8 days. But you know, you're doing a lot of work because I want to set you up for 2017. And you are going to achieve goals on the 5th day. You are going to have achieved. I will just tell you what to do. You just do it. After the first 2 days, we will now look at those goals that you wrote at the beginning. You'll find out that you're going to have to change them. Because you would have met yourself again. And you say, what's this? What was it me that wrote this? Then you will set your goals according to who you are. In setting those goals on the 3rd day, we will really go deep. Then, the 4th day, we'll do the 4 S's. The 4 S's relate to your goal. We're going to create a system to achieving that goal. So in that system, that's the first test, that system will have a structure. We build the structure by getting a set of sequences as a result of the steps that will create the sequence, that will make the structure, and that will be our system. So those are the 4 S's. Then, the 5th day, you're going to give me your first win. Your first win. You're going to be telling me about it. What you will go out and you will make it happen. Because we are going to create a culture of meditation there. You're going to have to buy yourself a stop clock because your productivity is going to shoot through the roof. And I'll tell you how to use it. You will need to get yourself the cards. You need to get yourself these cards because we're going to have what you do, 5 things you do every day. And this is in your normal day. You're not going to fall to pieces. And I'll teach you how to meditate and what we're going to meditate on. It's short, only 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes a day. We are going to create the how to think rituals. Your own rituals. Because you have rituals already. You wake up, you bath, you brush your teeth first, you don't do this, you do that next, then you come, then, oh, I cannot eat if I've not had a bath. Oh, I cannot brush my teeth. I have to eat before I brush my teeth. You created those. We're going to create the ones that will enable you to be successful, laser successful. Where people will be looking for you because they are seeing the difference in your life. And then I have a surprise for you on the last day. After the 5th day, there's a little surprise. But it depends on how well you do. So that's me done. It's 22:05. Does anyone have any questions? Please share this video. And people will need to listen to this. If you know of anybody that might want to get on the Kickass Goals 5-day group coaching program, let me know. We're going to set Kickass Goals because if you don't set Kickass Goals, you cannot have Kickass results. And guess what? Your thoughts affect the kind of goals you set. So we've got to get your thinking right first before we set it. That's why I say you're going to set it, then we're going to clean up, then we are going to set it. Yeah? So if you are not ready to go forward because your eyes are in front, then you can't be on this program. If you are thinking, hey, £97, it's $297, but we are doing it at $97, and that price will stop on Wednesday. It's going to go back to $297 on Wednesday. So if I've not heard from you by then, sorry, $297. So, does anyone have any questions for me? I'm just reading what's here. Let me date you, Nadia Abels. Do the exercise when we are done. Karimot, have you left? Or are you still here? And I want you to go away and practice. Practice, holding something heavy. Practice that in your life, not just the holding, but practice imagining what you want. Meditate on it. The scriptures say in Joshua chapter 1 verse 6 to 8, and you shall meditate on this word day and night, that you may observe to do all that is written in it, and so that you will have good success. Success is at the end of it. Some people meditate on evil. They're successful in their evil. How do you think you will be when you meditate on good? So you need to go and implement immediately. And please come back with reports. Come back to my business page and tell me about it. I thought on this every day. There's a friend of mine that uses her phone it goes off every 15 minutes, her alarm. And what she does is she has scriptures she meditates on. She meditates every 15 minutes. She's at work, her alarm just goes beep. She brings out scripture, thinks on it for a few seconds, done. Every 15 minutes. Do you know how sharp your brain will become? Do you know the new habits you will create? Do you know what you can believe? Do you know what you can see? Until your thoughts see it, your hands will never hold it. Write it down. Until your thoughts can see it, your hand will never hold it. And I will teach you how to get your thoughts to see. Once your thoughts can see, you can put in your hand. All things are possible to him who believes. That's where that comes from. To believe, dictionary meaning, Cambridge Online Dictionary, is to think that something is true, certain, or real. To believe is to think that something is true, certain, or real. Can you see that? And to think is to believe in something. They are connected. So you cannot believe without thinking. Everything you have believed up till now is a result of thought. A thought process, different thoughts that have gone through the ground of your mind. You've planted it, you've come to a conclusion and say, okay, this is how it is, and that's how it is. So, if there are no questions, don't want to keep you longer than the hour. It's 9 minutes past 10. If you're interested in the Kickass Goals 5-day group coaching program, let me know in the comments, or you can, send me a private message. Or if you know anybody else that might be interested, send them this video. And the one I started and I mistakenly stopped because I introduced myself in that one and what we're going to talk about. I hope this has been useful to you. Please ask your questions later if you want to, and I will come back in and answer them. The Lord bless you, keep you, stay strong. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.